Good afternoon. This is Rajat Bhatnagar, State Engagement Officer, Chandigarh, Punjab and Haryana. I am representing NSDC today. So I'll take you through this presentation. So first, let me brief you towards the ministry. So this Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has been formed on 10th November 2014. And the different bodies which belongs to the ministry is NSDA, DGT, NSDF, NSDC, and we form sector skill councils. We have around 40 sector skill councils, and the private sector support is also there, which support us in all the industry engagements. And we have two other bodies, that's NISBUD and the Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship. Coming to NSDC background, NSDC is a PPP model under Ministry of Skill Development. So on one hand, we interface with the industry, and on the other hand, we implement all the government policies on the ground. We have equity-based rupees 10 crores, and the government of India share is 49% with the private sector share of 51%. And these are the 10 quick shareholders, what I can take you with. You can see on the screen. So that's FICCI, Ashokan, CII, NASCOM, SIAM, CRIDAI, RAI, CLE, City. Yeah, so coming to the objectives, aim, mission, what exactly is. So we meet the challenges. The main objective is to meet the challenge of skilling at a scale with speedy and quality of outcome-based training. The aim is to provide an umbrella framework to all skilling activities being carried out with the country to align the common standards to meet the upcoming demand of the industry. We also focus to improve the employability and the productivity. And the overall, we want to be a market maker for all the skills. And these are some of the other objectives which we have, which has been already covered here. Yeah, so coming towards the transformation in skill landscape, we have a training capacity in 29 states and 4 UTs. We have a NSDC partner ecosystem, sector skill ecosystem, wherein we have 560 districts covered under it with 7 centers per district. We implement different agencies. We implement different schemes being an agency. That's PMKVY, NULM, UDAN, which is upcoming. And as rightly said, we have 40 sector skill councils. We have more than 1,700 qualification packs, depending upon the industry requirements, which is occupied by 4314 NOSIS, that is the National Occupation Standards. We have the collaboration with multi-industrial organizations, World Bank, ADB, DIFD, and other bilateral funding agencies, multilateral, sorry. So we also go for a world skills. So I'll share a short story of Sahil with you, who has enrolled into the scheme and what benefit he has got. So his father is a plumber, and when he passed out his standard, he was not knowing what to do and what not to do. So he just came to know about PMKVY scheme, and he enrolled himself into the automotive spare part. And being enrolled into it, now he has the capability of doing good work equivalent to an automatic engineer. So he has that kind of skills with him. So this is the story of Sahil from Odisha. So now I'll take you quickly through the key elements of NSDC funding. So who gets funded? What is the form of funding? Where is our special focus? So as far as funding is concerned, first word which comes to our mind is the employability. So we basically fund the people who have scalable, sustainable business and have a capacity to do a good amount of funding, who can train resources, who can provide employability to the trained resources. So type of entities are corporates, SMEs, trusts, and NGOs. Amount of funding depends upon the funded or a non-funding partner. We provide around 75% of the funding cost of the project if being an NSDC partner. We have a special focus areas for Northeast, extremist regions, and J&K regions. The type of fundings comes out to be debt, equity, and grant funding. So this is the funding model what we use in NSDC. This is the project proposal robust approval process, wherein in the first stage it goes to the technical, financial, and legal due diligence. Then it goes to the PEC, proposal evaluation committee, that is the form of NSDC. It goes to PAC, then it goes to the board. You can see a different skillscape. We have these training partners. We have many other training partners, and these are few of them. Yeah, so this is the very important part now, because we have seen Many schemes which are coming under different ministries, they don't have that robust monitoring process. So we are following this monitoring process, wherein this is a 5-step monitoring process. In what first is the guiding principles. We have a policy defined of the principles here and how to monitor. We have data collection and inputs. So we do it in monthly, quarterly, and annual basis, wherein we see all the project reports, we see the utilization certificates, we see the business plans, we see the audit financial statements. Third is the selective data validation. So we have a backend team with us whose only work is to do the call validations of the people who are getting trained, who has got placed. So this is a regular kind of activity which we are going this time. We have a MIS reporting and feedback system. That is a dashboard, monthly, quarterly system, which is available also on the NSDC website. And there's a consequence management system. So based on the different consequences in almost all the parts of the country. So we have developed this, and it is just being streamlined, and we are working on it to get it more improved. So this is all the monitoring process. So the new product which is coming up is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendra this time. So in April 2016, NSDF, that's National Skill Development Fund, has approved this. And what are the salient features is there are 3 types in which we can enroll in PMKK. That is 3,000, 5,000, and 8,000 square feet area is mandatory under it. And we can do a lot of job roles. The list is available in our website. So anybody can open a PMKK. The vision is to open a PMKK center in every district of the country. So we have opened more than 80 centers as of now, and we are heading towards other centers in almost districts of the country. The investment support which we do is we give a secured loan of up to 70 lakhs per PMKK center at subsidized interest rates. And this dedicated training mandate under PMKY is mandatory. So this is all about PMKK. For more details, you can also log into our NSDC website for all the guidelines, how to apply for it, and how to get it through. So I would also like to share another story with you of Suman. She belongs to Delhi, and she belongs to a very low income group family, wherein she was not having that kind of a bandwidth where she can explore herself and explore her skills. Then what she did is she came to know about this PMKVY scheme. She enrolled herself. She did a course of retail associate, and now she's working in a very good showroom, a branded showroom, wherein he can also sustain herself and also sustain her family too. So this is another story which I would like to highlight of Suman from Delhi. So yeah, so now coming to the major government schemes, what NSDC is taking care of. One is the CAA, that's Center Accreditation and Affiliation Scheme. So anybody who wants to do a training, who wants to open a center, who wants to be a NSDC partner, has to go through a center accreditation affiliation process. So accreditation is done by NSDC, and then affiliation is the parallel process which has been taken care by the Sector Skill Council of India. And another scheme what we have is the PMKVY. That's a very upcoming branding scheme. That's Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And another scheme is IISC, that is India International Skill Center. Additionally, we also focus some special projects and schemes for northeastern states and left-wing extremist areas. We have a good monitoring in MIS, PMKVY, PMKK, and ISC, as already shown you in the earlier slides of my presentation. So just quickly, I'll just tell you what is this center accreditation and affiliation process. So it's a 4-way process where you can see in the screen a training partner who has to enroll himself can register himself on SMART. Then there's a CAF submission form, where this is a center accreditation and affiliation form, wherein you have to fill all the details as per the guidelines. Then there's a physical inspection, which is conducted by QCI. And we have nominated QCI for conducting of all the physical inspections. And then there's an affiliation of the training center, which is conducted by the SSCs. So once you become a training partner, then you apply for a training center here. So the stakeholders I've already shared with you is NSDC, Sector Skill Councils, QCI, training partners, and the training centers. So this is all about the SMART portal. This is the PMKVY overview. I'll just quickly brief you what is PMKVY. So we have launched PMKVY 2.0 in 2016. And PMKVY 1 was launched in 2015. Now we are going for PMKVY 2.0, wherein we have 2 types of components in it. One is centrally sponsored, centrally managed. That is 75% of the funding directly comes from center to NSDC, wherein they implement all the schemes. And the 25% of the fund comes directly to the state skill missions who are involved in implementing of the PMKVY scheme. So if we speak of Punjab, Haryana, and Chandigarh, we have 3 state skill missions with us, one for Chandigarh, one for Haryana, and one for Punjab. So they are actively involved into it, and there's a process of their proposal approval, and soon the trainings under this state component will also be starting soon. And these are the type of trainings what we do. One is short-term training, one is RPL, and one is special projects. Short-term training is depending on 300 to 5 hours of training. You can pick from 221 job roles of level 3 and 4. 34 sector skill councils are involved in these trainings. The major steps are allocation, mobilization, training, assessment, placement, which is a mandatory criteria. And the financial disbursement is now Aadhaar linked, and the DBT based on common norms of Government of India. Coming to the RPL, the reason to introduce RPL in this is to bring the non-formal sector of education to the formal sector of education, basically. So in all the industries, as the industry in all sectors are growing, so there is an upward surge in demand. So in identify skill gaps of existing staff and enhance their productivity of work, RPL is being beneficial to them. So we have RPL in 3 types, wherein one can do RPL in the camp, one can do RPL in the employer's location, one can do RPL in the RPL centers. So depending upon the method what they want to conduct RPL, the payoff goes as it is. So if you want, I'll just brief you about RPL camp means. If one can organize a camp in an area where they can just mobilize people and conduct RPL for the existing workforce. RPL at employer's location, already if there is some employer, for example, let's say an industry in Ludhiana is already running a self-employed tailor course or a apparel industry, so they can conduct RPL of their workers there. And next is the RPL centers. RPL centers is already existing PMKVY center or a PMKK center, so they can do a RPL course there also for the youth of the country. So this is all about RPL. And special projects I have already discussed. So special projects is the project in which we don't have a defined qualification pack. So that qualification comes under special projects of NSDC, Government of India. These are the few snapshots. One example we can tell you of the Smart Gram initiative in Haryana, where President has adopted a few villages in Haryana, where they have started the training. So he's also, going to adopt more than 50 more villages in total under the Smart Gram initiative scheme. So this is one model of special projects. And this is the India International Skills Center. The basic objective is the demand-driven objective. So we can see in industry here, the people who get trained doesn't have a very good kind of a background to go abroad for jobs and all. So by the medium of India International Skills Centers, they can apply here and go to abroad for good jobs. The stakeholders involved are MSDE, NSDC, Ministry of External Affairs, who take care of this Pravasi Kaushal Vikas Yojana, with additional 160 hours of training for pre-departure orientation training there. And we have divided these ISCs into 16 centers in phase 1. There are 16 ISC centers, which we are trying to build up in Varanasi, Allahabad, Lucknow, Gorakhpur, Maharajganj, Kochi, Chandigarh, and Ajmer. And the QPs you can see on the screen, these are the different QPs for this. Sorry. This is the Udan scheme of J&K already been run off, and you can see all the things. There's a demand by corporate. This process is almost the same. The PEC process, the PAC, mobilization, deployment of candidates, monitoring by the Udan team, and they get placed under a handsome package. So this is the Udan scheme. I'll tell you something about the World Skills also now. So we are planning, so you can see here World Skills 2013, 2015 in New Zealand, 2015 in Sao Paulo. So these are the World Skills wherein 55 countries participated, 27 skills, 8 medallions of excellence was there. So we are making a new policy on this where we involve the state missions also. So we can bring it to state level skill competition, to the national level, to the regional level, to the world level skill competition. So that's one. So this is all about the World Skills. We are making a good policy out of it. And I'll share you the industry partnership and the CSR model also. So we have engaged various PSUs. We have engaged various industry associations who have been given a good contribution in their projects. So if I'll just quickly give you one or two examples of it. For example, if you see Schneider, MOU has been supported with the 100 basic electrician labs to us. And same is the case with JCB. They have donated around 10 JCB loader machines to us, where we use their machines and the people can get trained themselves more on the practical grounds. And we have tied up with NALCO, HCL, MDMC. So all the workers which are spread it along, so we are doing RPL of those workers, then we bring them to CSR, and then they can, fit for employment also. So this is the industry partnership and the CSR model what we are running. I think that is all about this, and this is the call center number which we have. So 0880005 So anytime any queries can be addressed here, and this is the NSDC website. That's all. Thank you. Now to summarize, I'll also quickly go through a small video wherein you can see all the structure what we have talked to you. You can see in a video. Thank you so much.